Welcome again to Monumental Classics of Furry Literature. We continue with P.C. Hatter's Cat and Dragon. "Are you sure we should be here?" asked Dragon as he gazed out over the fields. "We're not lost, are we?" Purple Cat jumped from post to post on the wooden fence, unmindful of the brocade hummingbird that inspected the flowers nearby. She was too busy searching for the gold brocade frog that had leapt off of her coat after spotting a fly. "Don't be silly. We're here, aren't we?" "But where is here?" She stopped what she was doing and looked around. "Looks like a field to me." "But what field?" Dragon picked a daisy and placed it in the lapel of his jacket. "Is that important?" Dragon looked over at Purple Cat, paused, then shrugged. "I guess not, but it would be nice to know where we are, so that we know where we've been." "What's past is previous. This is now. Did you find Frog?" "Not yet, just a doorknob." Dragon drew back his arm and was about to lob the knob across the field when Purple Cat squealed with glee. "A doorknob? Let me see, let me see." The cat jumped from the fence and landed in front of the Dragon. Confused by her enthusiasm, Dragon held the tarnished brass orb out to her. She gazed at it as if it were an enormous ruby. "How exciting!" "Exciting? How so?" Instead of answering, Purple Cat asked, "Do you know where it goes?" "Goes? It went on some old door, I suppose, but now it's rusted in the middle of a field." "Of course it goes to a door. How else are we supposed to open them?" Cat plucked the doorknob out of Dragon's hand and jabbed it into the air before them. "What an adventure!" Dragon put his hands on his hips, ready to give Purple Cat a right dressing down, but stopped at the sight of a large wooden door in front of him. No house or building, just a door. Dragon leaned to the left and then to the right, peering at the empty space on either side of the door. He even walked around it, but the door stayed in place. "How did you do that?" "Do what?" He pointed at the door. "That! How did you make the door appear?" "Silly Dragon. Where there's a doorknob, there has to be a door." He looked sideways at the cat and watched as both hummingbird and frog dove back into her coat. "Shall we?" she asked. "Shall we what?" "See what's on the other side, silly." Dragon wrung his hands. "Is it safe?" "We won't know until we walk through." Purple Cat grabbed the doorknob, turned the knob, and opened the door. Seeing the empty field on the other side, Dragon let out a sigh of relief mixed with a heavy dose of disappointment. "It's just the field. No adventure there." "Yes, there is. Can't you see it?" "See what?" "Long grass and wildflowers." Dragon knew he had said something wrong because Purple Cat was scowling at him. "What am I not seeing?" "You need glasses, don't you?" "The ophthalmologist said my eyes are just fine." "They don't know a thing." Purple Cat dug into her coat pockets and pulled out a pair of goggles. "Here, put these on." Dragon took the goggles and eyed them suspiciously. The leather strap was worn, but the brass fittings were buffed and shiny. The main lenses had a pink tint to them, and several movable monocles were attached on one side by a long metal screw. With one last glance at Cat, Dragon placed the goggles on his head and pulled them over his eyes. What he saw when he looked through the glass was not the field beyond the door, but a cave of sparkling gems. "Oh my, I did need glasses." "Shall we?" asked Purple Cat. "Yes, I think we shall." Dragon walked through the door, followed by Purple Cat. Before she closed the door, Purple Cat pulled the doorknob off the door and stuck it in her pocket. "Let's not forget the knob. You never know when you'll need a quick exit." "What did you say?" said Dragon, as the door closed and disappeared. The first thing Dragon noticed as he walked into the cave was the overpowering smell of smoke. Someone was a 2-pack-a-day smoker. The further they walked, the stronger the smell. Granite walls had patterned scorch marks, as if a deranged artist chose fire instead of paint, stone instead of canvas. The images on the wall disturbed Dragon as he shuffled closer to Purple Cat. I get the distinct impression that this cave is not the safest place to be. Purple Cat smiled and nodded. Dragons' dens usually aren't. Den? Dragon yelped and nearly tripped over his own feet. We shouldn't be here. Where's the door we just came through? The cat patted her coat pocket. Don't worry, I have the doorknob, but I doubt we'll need it. What makes you so sure? The cave's too cold. Not cold enough for an ice dragon, but certainly too chilly for a fire dragon. Dragon adjusted his pinstripe vest and smoothed the lapels of his jacket. He didn't particularly want to keep asking her questions, particularly because he wasn't sure he wanted to know the answers. Besides, the cave was positively chilly. The lightning bug rose from the depths of Purple Cat's coat to light their way. They floated aimlessly above the cavern until one landed on a bony white forehead. Empty eye sockets and dust-covered bones revealed the beast was long gone. Poor thing, Dragon tutted and shook his head. I wonder what happened. Purple Cat pulled a dented helmet from between the ancient rib cage. Maybe it was something he ate. The old shape in the rubble beneath the skeleton caught Dragon's attention, and he leaned down to sift through the dirt. His probing not only brought forth a long sword, but several gold coins. Loosened from the rubble, the gold shimmered in the pale light. Oh my! Dragon's eyes wandered over the cavern floor, noting the various mounds, and calculated the funds scattered before him. Much more lay on the ground than the riches he tried to accumulate while working in the business world. The urge to gather up as much of the loot and hoard it clashed with the hard lesson he learned in the last few years. Monetary riches could be a trap, but he held out a handful of gold doubloons toward Purple Cat. What should we do with all this? I mean, the owner's gone. Who inherits? Ooh, yummy! Purple Cat snatched a coin from Dragon's palm, peeled off the gold, and popped it in her mouth. Lemon truffle! Stunned, Dragon looked closer at the gold in his claws. He picked up one, sniffed, and scratched its surface. He even bit the coin. It looked like gold, smelled like gold, even tasted like gold. Yet when Purple Cat plucked another coin from the mound and held it, she unwrapped it and declared it dark chocolate marzipan. Is there any blueberry truffle? How about raspberry? She asked. Dragon scowled at the mound of coins before remembering his goggles. He still had them on his head. He positioned them over his eyes. Looking through the lens, he adjusted the monocles until he could see the crease of the wrapper. He peeled back the foil and sniffed. The aroma of dark chocolate mixed with coconut filled his nostrils. Ooh, that smells wonderful. He tucked a handful of coins into his pocket, but the desire to hoard was gone. He could only handle so much chocolate.